Live from San Antonio, Texas, this is In the Building with Mike Taylor and Rudy J.
We're sitting here wondering whether or not that was fake or not. Some people are calling bullshit. It's the world we live in where everything, even when a president gets shot at, there's people that think that was staged, you know? Not just you, but lots of people.
I didn't think it was staged, but I just thought it was weird. Anyway,
we're wondering whether or not that was that legit hate yesterday at Jerry World when they had the weigh-in?
Jerry liked it.
Oh, this
is the best thing that's happened to Jerry this season.
Sure. Jerry should have just been a boxing promoter because they don't care about
he is Don King of football.
Right.
Selling you some bullshit.
Problem is you can't be Don King and win Super Bowls. You can't do that. You got to be Don King / you got to be, what was Mike Tyson's old trainer that died way back in the day? Cuss. You got to have Cuss.
Right.
Don let Cuss.
His life spiraled out of control after Cuss died too, by the way. But yeah,
Don let Cuss D'Amato handle the boxing. Don handled the marketing.
Mm-hmm.
Jerry he wants Don King in charge of the football, and that's the problem. So anyway, yeah, Jerry loved that, of course. Do you think that was real or not? Last night at the weigh-in, Jackass Paul crawls up there like a dumbass.
It felt almost like, what's that Brazilian stuff? Capoeira.
Capoeira?
Yeah. I was like, is he doing capoeira? AZ Real Night is following on Twitch. What up, Twitches?
What's up?
Yeah, I don't know what that was, but he then proceeded to step on Mike's toe, who was in socks.
Yep.
And Mike didn't take too kindly to it, but
no.
People are calling BS.
So I think that these guys kind of like each other. And Mike said that.
I think they have a picture of Mike holding him as a child.
Really?
Like, Jake's been in the boxing for a long time. Now, I don't know if that was photoshopped, but I've seen a picture of Mike Tyson holding Jake Paul as a kid.
This week, how much he likes Jake Paul personally.
Jake
However,
Mike. Yeah.
Not Friday night though. I'm gonna bring that demon back to the surface. he's the enemy. Like my mom wouldn't even want to be in the ring with me on Friday night. Or even my kids are going to be afraid of the man that they see because they've never seen that man, my youngest.
Right.
They've not seen that monster. But Mike's crazy enough to where maybe he thought they were going to do a bit, but then Mike's a competitor. He's a legitimate professional boxer.
Right.
He's not a showman. He's not an influencer.
He's not an entertainer.
I think last night, Mike, if Mike was doing a bit before, he's pissed off today.
If they're really going to fight, which, again, I don't know if this is WWE. I don't know if this Jake Paul's career is WWE or not. I don't know. I don't know if guys, I don't know. But if they really fight, like if this is a legit fight, there's no way Jake can keep Mike off his ass. And Mike's willing to die in there if they're really fighting. So I just don't know how Jake Paul keeps that animal, even at 57, off of him.
Yeah. Mike did slap the shit out of him yesterday.
Was it a real slap?
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, for sure. It was harder than Will Smith slapping Chris Rock. That was a harder slap than that. Welcome. Good morning. It is
Moaning.
in the building. Love you all hard.
Is it morning or moaning?
Moaning. We can say moaning.
Did you do any moaning this morning?
No.
Me neither.
Hopefully after the fight's over. Boxing tends to elevate my testosterone. So funny story. So my firstborn daughter she was born in 1998, right?
Mine's 96.
I've told
right
you this story
you,
before.
Right
So
in front of you.
my youngest sister is the same age as my daughter.
Holy shit.
So
Oh yeah, my youngest sister is 2 years older than my daughter.
yeah, way back in the
Yeah.
day. So we find out that my dad calls me up and tells me, "Hey, your stepmom's pregnant." I'm like, "Wow, that's incredible. Congratulations, Dad. Jeez, what are you doing making babies?" I was giving him shit for being an old man making babies. But he was like, shit. He's like, my dad's like, "What do you mean? I'm Mike Taylor, blah, blah, blah." He's the older version of me. So it's,
Right.
of course I'm making babies at 50.
Of course
Shit.
it's still pumping.
So
Man, go ahead.
a month goes by.
Yeah.
My first wife turns up pregnant. So my first wife and my stepmom are pregnant at the same time.
Pretty cool.
And so we got to talking one night over dinner. They were very pregnant. The babies were almost due. And by the way, they were born 5 days apart.
It's pretty cool. It's weird but cool.
My daughter is 5 days older than her own aunt.
Damn, you Taylors.
Because Big Mike won't stop making babies. We had babies a week apart. And so we got to talking one night at dinner. They were both probably 7 months pregnant at this point. We went to dinner. And it's like, did we get pregnant on the same night? That's good. But you know what we traced it to? We all got together at some friend's house and watched the Tyson-Holyfield fight. The night that Mike bit Evander Holyfield's ears.
And everybody was pumped up and a little drunk.
We're pretty certain that
I'm positive that's
Big
what
Mike and I conceived children on the same night.
I think I think that's probably pretty accurate.
Now that's family camaraderie right there.
That's nice.
That's
I
synergy.
can dig it.
That's father-son synergy.
I can dig it.
We went home all testosteroned up. So to answer your question, yeah, it's possible we moaning this tonight. We'll see how it goes.
No babies.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. So I'm legit hyped. I mean, this is what you
the
get
world,
in heavyweight boxing.
I think the world is, because keep in mind, Jake Paul had 100 million subscribers before he stepped in any ring.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean.
Like
so his following is
Swifties
legit.
to boxing.
Him and his brother Logan. They
Whatever
probably got they got 200 million followers.
Yeah, his Paulies.
The Paulies
who didn't know anything about boxing
Yeah.
now watch boxing because of Jake Paul. You know, it's just heavyweight boxing. This is how it is with heavyweight boxing. You know, we'll have a legit undercard between two legit pro
I'm
fighters.
down. I didn't think I was, but I'm down.
I'm in. I'm down. So welcome in the building. We're talking about the fight. We're gonna do a little post fight tonight. Is that
Why
the
not?
plan? I think we should pop on when the fight's over tonight.
When the
and
fight's
talk.
over, right?
I'm interested to see San Antonio's own Mario Barrios fight tonight on the undercard. It's a great opportunity for him to go up and fight at Jerry World on the Tyson card. That's awesome.
Get in front of some eyes that don't normally watch him.
So that's badass for Mario. So welcome in here. Watch us this morning. We're on everything.
I wonder how it is for a real boxer like Barrios is to be on a card like this.
Pretty surreal. I mean, he's been on big cards before. He's a former champion.
Is it legit? Not is it legit, but is it like, does the boxing community? I guess you got to get best of both worlds.
You go where the money's at. Follow the money.
Promoting the fight, you're like, okay, I need the Paulies.
Yeah.
But I also want some legit boxing people. So I'll put a real undercard. Because, we had the guy, Rube, what was that, yesterday on his way up. Like, hey, I'm looking forward to the ladies that are fighting.
Yeah.
So it's a legit undercard, even if the main event is BS.
Right. Those are legit fighters who've wanted to fight. They're young, that are professional fighters. That's what they do,
Yeah.
But, I don't want to discredit Jake Paul. I know he's fought other celebrities and randos and former UFC fighters and stuff, but that dude's tough. And I am afraid he's going to hurt Mike Tyson. I am.
I can't believe you. When this fight first got announced, you said that. And I was like, he'll change his mind. We're here on fight night. Yeah. And you still feel that way? Like he could hurt Mike? I'm not saying he can't win, but hurt Mike?
I think he could
He's
hurt
been
Mike.
in the ring with Lennox Lewis. Speaking of Mike, now he wasn't 57. But he's been in the ring.
I know. Mike's 58 years old, and things change, man. Even though, do we have any pictures of these two? Do we have pictures? We have the Tyson Chonish picture that you were talking about this morning. Look at Mike. Look at his body. That's a 58-year-old man.
He's shredded.
He's shredded.
Look at his lats. Look at the side obliques.
Yeah.
Look at the forearm
his
muscles.
Legs.
Look at the calves. The quad sweep. I'm a bodybuilder fan.
That gives us all. Now he's flexed there because he's in the. That's a great picture, LG. He's literally it's mid slap, so his body's flexed. But that being said, man,
still, he don't look fit. Their body's not 57.
He looks amazing. But it's the insides, the pulleys and the levers in a 58-year-old man's body. Ask Dak Prescott about running around at 32.
Yeah.
Muscles tend to rip from bone. I'm worried that Mike's going to, exert himself tonight and, break his own rib, rip something out of socket, because he's old. He's not old, but he's old for a boxer.
No, he's old for an old.
And Jake Paul's a great,
he's old for an athlete.
roided up fucking animal.
Yeah.
I'm worried about Mike's health tonight. Legit. I'm not doing a bit. I am. Although most people disagree with me because the money has moved big time in the last 2 days in Vegas to Mike.
That's, if I was betting, I don't know. I need a gambling expert. I don't know what that means. Because when money moves like that, what is it? Who is that? Jake Paul minus 222 is a hammer play. What's a hammer play, Mike? You a gambler?
I'm not a gambling expert.
I ain't a gambler.
I'm not. We should probably get a gambling show on this network one day. It won't be hosted by me.
Or me.
Yeah. What's up, Exit 2 Barbecue, with a $2.22 donation. Thank you. UFC 309, Mañana, John Jones versus Stipe.
I don't watch UFC, but I'm watching that. John Jones is on the card. I'm watching. There's probably 6 UFC guys that I'm like, I'm down. I'm in. Right. I'll be watching that one too. So I guess it's just going to be a fight weekend for me.
Yeah. Well, I'm excited, man. So I think we should pop on tonight and do some post-fight stuff.
Now,
we're going to do all platforms,
what's your
LG?
cutoff? Let's talk about this. Let's produce on the show.
All right.
What's the cutoff? Because what if they don't hit the ring till 11?
Well,
because I know you. I don't know. LG's a vampire. LG will do it at 1, 2 in the morning. What's our cutoff?
I'm willing to stay up late because I don't have any.
You got nothing.
Saturday
well,
tomorrow.
we do actually.
Well, 2 to 4.
Yeah, not till 2.
But I need to get up and go test the line. I want to get there early. We'll be fine. I want to watch this fight. We should talk about it.
What? Why? He sounds like freaking Gonzo.
Hey, I'm an engineer.
He sounds like Gonzo, right, LG?
I'm an engineer.
He's gonna go out there and test the line my ass.
I'm an engineer now. I'm a thinking man.
You've added that to the resume.
I told you I have a whole new perspective on what we do. I went to Savannah, Georgia as a talk show host who owns a company, but I came back as a businessman who happens to do talk shows. I'm a businessman now, and so I need to go test the line to make sure that our company is represented properly tomorrow at our appearance.
This guy, LG, come get this. LG, come get this guy's protein shake. Yeah, I like it. It sounded good.
Tell you what. I don't have time to work out all day like Mike does.
Ooh, Tyson.
But seeing that body motivates guys like me. I'll be 50 soon.
You need some TRT though.
I'm not injecting anything.
I know, but I'm just saying, if you think Mike's that ripped at 57 without TRT.
Oh, sure.
No way.
He's on the juice. Of
That's
course.
not, TRT ain't juice.
Whatever. I don't.
TRT is cool.
It's all
It's
the
good
juice
for
to
you.
me. Oh yeah, testosterone shots and whatever.
Yeah, testosterone therapy.
But I'm just saying, like, I'm never going to look like Mike. But that motivates me that I don't have to look like this. I can fix this better. I'm working on this. So I'm excited, man. So I think we should definitely find a way, whether we can get over here or we just do it from our houses or whatever. Are we going to be on all platforms like in the building? Because we're on YouTube and Twitch and Facebook
Spotify.
and Twitter and Spotify
And Blue
and
Sky.
iHeart,
Is
Blue
that what it's
Sky.
called?
We're Blue Skying now.
I don't think we're streaming on Blue Sky.
All right. What are we doing? What are we all on currently, LG? What are we currently all on?
Streaming live right now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me look at this.
Okay. I want to promote it because we're on all platforms.
Yeah, let's
We
promote
We are on Facebook, Twitch,
Yep.
X,
Yep.
and YouTube
Love it.
live.
Love it. And I think we'll get some pretty good hits tonight post-fight. There'll be guys that stay up and watch the fight tonight. And you don't have to pay-per-view it. It's on Netflix. All you need is a Netflix account. So
Pretty cool
a
deal.
lot of people are going to watch this fight. So I think we'll have some good run tonight if we pop on and do a show. Problem for you is you work till 9, and to get to this studio, you're going to have to go around that damn rim traffic. Mm-hmm. You may have to go all the way down to 410.
No, I would do it. When 1604 closes and I have to come to LG's, I go 410,
Yeah,
35.
it's ridiculous tonight. The whole thing, both directions, is going to be closed.
Hey, Greg, Steve, Matt, go to hell. We're not on Grindr, Tinder, and Farmers Only. I hate Thunderdome. Thunderdome.
Rudy, again, I don't care. If we need to get on Grindr to get our subscriptions up, that's fine. You don't have to participate, but if they want to watch us,
Farmers Only.
whatever. What's up? Agapito
I hate
Flores. Just bought 5 coffees. Go Spurs, go. Unfortunately, our city uniforms suck.
Somebody else did a
I
coffee,
cannot
too.
defend the shorts. Have you seen
What's
the
wrong?
Spurs shorts? The city
Yeah, I
shorts?
have.
They're shit. They look terrible.
Yeah, I have.
I'm just happy we're 6-6. I can, you know what? You take the bad with the good. We're better. We're improved. Our coach is sick. Our uniforms look terrible, but our team's better. You know, you take the bad with the good. Bernard's in here. I wish
Who they
Mike
got
Tyson.
tonight? Oh, Spurs and Lakers tonight.
Yeah, we do have
LeBron's
Lakers
in
tonight.
town.
Yeah, for sure. It's
Is-
a big night.
Is Bronny here? No, Bronny's not here, right?
Bronny, it depends on, is the G League team on the road? Because if they're on the road, then he's at home with mom, sucking titties.
LeBron's in town, baby. AD's in town. I don't know if he's going to play.
Bernard's in here. I wish Tyson would knock Jake Paul the hell out, but I think the fix is in, as Vegas has big odds on Tyson, trying to prompt people to bet on him. I think Tyson's getting a bag to take a dive. You mentioned this yesterday. Mike's pride's not going to let him take a dive to no white
think
boy
so.
like Jake fucking Paul. No
I don't
way,
think
man.
so. Like, yeah, was there a time when Mike owed everybody in the world, he's going through bankruptcy, all that? Was there a time he'd probably do that? Sure. I don't know if that's right now.
Not now. Why would they fix it for Jake Paul? Because it
Because
derails
he's
the Jake Paul train.
In all honesty, he's the draw.
Tell you right now, though, if this is a shitty fight and it looks like Mike took a dive, because Mike Tyson ain't taking a dive in his life. If he takes a dive, it's going to look like it.
Yeah.
They're risking losing fans in the future. Because
It has to be
boxing's
legit.
already a fringe sport as it is. If I find out you're screwing around, I ain't watching a heavyweight fight again. Damn sure not a
Well, I'm
Jake
damn
Paul
sure not
fight.
with Jake Paul, right?
Speaking of Bernard, so he wanted me to deliver these to you. He gave one to me, one to you, but I'm going to give
What is
both
this?
to you.
Who
you
gave
tell
this to
me,
you?
Bernard, my buddy Bernard.
Oh, you met up? Y'all had some coffee?
Yeah, he picked this up on the road. What's up, Eddie? The great $2. No TRT, just hard work. I'm a man. I'm 40. Are those legit? You tell me.
Yeah, why not?
He said he had no idea. He just saw them, and why not? He
It's
bought them.
federal. I don't know. I'll
Look that up.
I'll smoke it and figure it out.
And that's from Bernard.
Thank you, Bernard. Appreciate you, brother. I know he gave me one Maduro and one Connecticut, so I can appreciate that. This one's probably going to be medium to full. This one's probably going to be mild. This one probably good with coffee. Anytime you got a Connecticut, smoke it with a coffee, depending on your
You
strength.
know what, dude? Never thought about that.
Yeah,
I bet
if you're gonna,
a good cigar does go with coffee.
If you're not a cigar guy, when I say Connecticut, the lighter color is normally.
Are you a
Connecticut.
member of a Smokers Lounge
No,
or a Humidor Club or whatever?
No, I'm not.
So I thought about you a couple of days ago. I was in a humidor here in town. Nina and I are scouting out spots to do some promotional video for her company that I'm actually going to help do as the host. Full disclosure, I'm getting ready to do some hosting for Nina's boss. Going to make a video for his company.
Oh, gotcha.
Like
yeah.
a
Oh, I know what you're
promotional
talking about. Yeah,
video.
you already told me that. Yeah.
And so we're looking around at places that might fit. And so we went. One of her bosses is a member of a humidor club, and I was in a cigar shop, but it's a club. Like
I know what you're talking about.
They've got a whole.
I already know exactly the place you're talking
fancy schmancy.
about. Yeah.
It's not far from here. It's. I don't think you're thinking of like one of the major chains. I think this is an independently owned place. It was pretty cool in there.
Redland.
Honestly, yeah, it was cool. I'll tell you later.
Redland.
Mm-mm.
Not 1604. No.
Different one. And I got to thinking, why the hell does Rudy J not belong to a humidor club?
Because they gotta pay me.
Again, I'm not a host who has a
Fuck you,
business.
pay me.
I'm a businessman who has a
Okay,
show.
There we go.
We're 8 months into this thing. We're 9 months into this thing. And I don't know why you don't have a cigar deal. Not me.
No,
You.
us.
You. Well, I mean, but Rudy needs to be promoting your cigar lounge. We have a cigar aficionado on this show. And the fact that he's not a member of a local cigar shop is goofy.
It's goofy.
Goofy. Reach out to him. Hit this man up. He's a fine cigar smoker.
Very much so.
And he's a black man. He'd make you look good.
I am. Damn, I am.
That's right. So reach out to us. We want to do business with a humidor. I think it'd be cool to set up. It'd be cool for me to go test the line for our promotions and our shows in a cigar lounge. Just saying.
Absolutely.
Oh, my kid just texted 3 days on the way. It'll be 3 days they leave.
What's today? Friday?
Yeah, they leave on Monday. They leave
Poor
on
baby's
Monday.
all excited. They're
All
like,
excited.
Get me the hell out of here, Dad.
Right. So I'm like, I'm
Get me the
gonna
hell
out,
out of here,
I'm going
Dad.
to out him. So he sent me a message last night on Instagram. It was a video of a guy going to Costco. It was just like this real fun, real fast short. And the dude's buying ribs and he's buying these big boxes of cereal and he's yanking all this stuff off the shelf. He's just like loading up this big ass flatbed cart at Costco with all this stuff. And MJ goes, "This is me when I get back to America." You don't like America? Go try living outside of it for a little while and holla back and tell me how shitty America is. Yeah. He can't wait to get home.
Can't wait to see some.
I told him, I said, I had him on the phone. I'm like, so what do y'all want to do? We can go to the zoo. We can go to the zoo. We can go to some,
They
do
don't
some
care. They just want
museums.
to be back home.
We want to go to HEB. What? I was kind of sad that my kids miss home so much. They want to go to HEB. I'm like, well, we're definitely going to do that because we need groceries. They want normal stuff.
Yeah.
They want normal, boring, suburban shit. Because
I get it.
people take that for granted and go live in a Peruvian hut for 3 months and then holler back and tell me how bad America is. Same. Anyway, didn't mean to stop us down. He texted St. Laurent with $9.99 up in here. Mike is back today from his timeshare in Refugio. Hashtag keeping it puro. I don't have a timeshare. I actually was scouting some land. I was.
LG.
Look.
So hold on, LG. So first, I got to go test the
Why are
line.
you staring right into the camera?
First, I got to go test the line.
I am testing line.
And now he's surveying land, LG.
I have
Who
more.
are you? Oh, and I'm a businessman.
I am. I have morphed.
No, but you know what?
I'm
Hey, it
transitioning.
happens. But okay, so you were surveying land.
I really was.
Did you have a hard hat on?
Not this.
It wasn't a construction zone.
They didn't have. There was no work going on this particular day, so we didn't need it. But I did have to. I had to wear jeans and boots. Had to spray myself down with anti-chigger.
Them
spray.
chiggers are real out there.
Shit.
They bite through the skin. They bite through your clothes.
Absolutely. No, look. Let's get into. You know what? I'll get into this on Monday. Monday's show. I've got a lot going on these days.
Put this in your phone because you're gonna forget.
I know. I totally will. All right, let's see. Because people know that I don't teach anymore, but they want to know what the hell are you doing now? All right, what am I doing?
Yeah, I had an in the buildinger come into Texas Cheer last night and be like, "Wait, so Mike ain't teaching no more?" I was like, "No, I'm not." They came into the liquor store. Yeah.
Did they get their 5%?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's actually 80. Well, that's a good segue. Let's talk Texas Cheer.
That's exactly what I'm doing. All right. So tell me about what happened yesterday in the official liquor store in the building, Texas Cheer.
First off, Matt Bernard, $4.99. Come by Rowdy Grills Tailgate and Lot C today. UTSA's their next 2 games are Friday.
I'm hanging out today.
You are?
Yeah, they have
Good for you.
They're having Rowdy Road Grillers. Yeah,
C5.
y'all look around. I'm gonna be walking
C5.
around. Okay, cool. I'm gonna be walking around. And our guys at I know you're trying to make a point about Texas Cheer. Before I forget, our guy Rowdy Primos,
Yeah.
21-4 Life.
Yeah.
They're having a massive ass. LG,
Theirs
you
is
should come.
all-
LG,
they're
what are you
all-
doing today?
Recording voiceovers.
Well, that's this morning.
He's such an ass.
That's this morning for my other thing. No, so these guys, Los Rowdy Primos, Matt, I do want to come by. Matt, I'm C5. Write that down. So at Los Rowdy Primos, they have a pot about the size of this table in
Gumbo?
which they're doing paella.
I love paella.
Paella.
I don't like the mussels, but I do the other stuff.
I'm not sure they do it. It's like an annual thing. They tailgate before every game, but once a year they do a paella cook.
Shout out to the paella.
And they've invited us all. I don't know. You maybe have to work, but I think I'm going to stop by. I ain't going to the game, but I'm going to stop by. Well, I want to watch the Spurs game, and I want to watch the fight. I don't want to get drunk at the football game.
Right.
But I think I will go have paella, make some videos or something. So,
Sure.
yeah, I'm
why
glad,
not?
Matt. I'm
LG
glad
can,
you reminded me.
LG probably roll out there with you.
Go with me.
Oh, speaking of Texas Cheer,
Yeah.
happy birthday to Mama Sing. It's 80s mother's birthday.
It's
Sweet
Go
lady.
shorty.
That
It's
lady,
your birthday.
that young
This is
lady.
his mother. Be
Yeah.
careful.
Yeah, that young lady.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Sing, motherfucker.
I mean, that's probably
Yeah,
better.
that young lady works her tail off. Happy birthday, Miss Sing. Keep that son of yours in line. And the Texas Cheer Liquor family appreciates what you do.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Miss Sing.
It's not easy being the son of an Indian mom. They have a higher standard than generic American parents. They actually
she'd
want you
be
to
on
do
his-
something with your
She'd
life.
be, she'd be on his ass all day long.
God.
All day long, she'd
Sure.
be on his ass.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, so they got 7 locations. I've actually met her. She was so sweet.
She's a sweet lady.
I was all
see her-
nervous.
I see her almost anytime I work.
I'm awkward around people's like parents and stuff.
Yeah, because we were raised right.
And I'm afraid I don't know what
Right.
they. Yeah, I was raised right, and I don't know what they've heard me talk about in my
Oh,
career. Yeah, I'm meeting someone's mom. But anyway, so they got sweet hookups for the month of November at all Texas Cheer locations. 7 in town, 6 in San Antonio, 1 in Bernie. You've got the Casillero del Diablo.
That's a great pronunciation, sir.
Thank you, sir. You got the Cabernet, the Pinot, the Merlot, the Malbec. You can all get it. Every bottle they have in there, you can get for $9.99 a piece, or get you 2 bottles of this hooch for just $14.99. And they got tequila and whiskey too.
They got a little redemption rye for $24.99 and the 818 tequila reposado
See,
for $34.99.
see.
And a great gift, or not a great thing to bring to your Friendsgiving or to Thanksgiving, the good old lit kit. And there's going to be some fall lit kits dropping soon. Give it about a week and a half or so.
Okay.
AD's been in the lab concocting some fall stuff. So I know a lot of people. I had somebody come by the cocktail bags, like 4 or 5 cocktail bags for Friendsgiving. So if you need something to take to
He's
the
out of
Friendsgiving because
control.
you can't cook, if you can't cook, take a lit kit. Don't bring some shit that you're going to be hurt because you look over there and nobody ate it. There's going to be one scoop out of it. Somebody's going to throw it in the trash and you're going to, so take a lit kit if you can't cook.
Mike, check A. Next season, y'all need to do a UTSA pre and post. Then
Who said this?
Mike, check A.
Oh,
Let me tell you right now, I have reached out to UTSA people that handle their like media. I've not gotten a reply.
Not even a reply. Not even kiss my ass.
No, I went to the director of the company that does all their games. Like he's in charge of the broadcast.
Oh, and
Follows me on Twitter and everything, but won't reply to a text or an email.
And the way the stands look.
Not my problem.
No, I'm saying.
Yeah.
You don't get to act like that.
I know.
When you got no NIL money.
Oh shit.
You leave your coach out to dry.
Yeah.
Nobody's coming to the games. If Mike Taylor emails you, at least tell him to bleep off.
Right. I would rather you tell me to fuck off than ghost me.
Right.
That's worse.
Like y'all aren't in position to ghost anybody.
None of us are. None of us should do that.
Yeah.
None of us should do that.
We all keep our phones up our asses.
Yeah.
Non-replying.
To the Spurs' credit, the Spurs always tell me no.
Yeah, at least
they reply.
But they'll say no. You know what I'm saying? I respect that as a man.
Right. Just tell me no.
UTSA ghosting people? First of all, Mike Taylor, he can get Jeff on the phone right now.
What did I start?
Oh, you can get Jeff on the phone right now. But you in the department, in your office with no windows, can't respond to an email?
Thank you, Dad.
With 17 people in the stands, coaches leaving by the flock, and you're going to lose 3 or 4 great players that you have? Y'all ain't responding to emails?
Well, they certainly won't now. It's fine. I mean, they didn't anyway.
I know.
It's fine. Geechee SA, $10. Thank you, man. More dancing videos and get Rudy involved in those. Keep rocking.
What
in the
dancing?
building.
Oh, I
dancing out front of the stores. Well, don't you have a go-to move? You got to go.
I live here.
That's all. What you saw. That's all I got.
That's all you got.
That's all I got.
That's the whole bag.
Rocky, $5 in the effing building. Thank you, man. Appreciate that very much. St. Laurent got a hand to Texas cheer for some Cuervo Reserva de Familia. Oh, it's like honey. Went and got him some Cuervo. Hashtag Texas cheer. Make sure you get the 5% off.
Hey, man, y'all bring your hand sanitizer out. That F word's floating in the air. Flu is out.
Oh, yeah, I know. Lots of stuff going on.
Knock on wood.
Let's see. No, I
might start wearing a mask again at the liquor store.
I have gotten back to taking shit tons of vitamins.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. At this age.
I
take a lot of vitamins.
Right.
Absolutely. A lot of supplements. All right, what else? Since we're throwing out shout-outs today.
What we got?
Real quick, because I want to talk some football before we get off today. Shout-out, we got invited to an influencer dinner last night. That's right. And I told the kids what I was doing. They were laughing. I'm like, I am a legitimate influencer.
Sure.
My kids think it's hilarious. Daddy's an influencer. And we went to Mambo Seafood's new location down in Brook City Base in San Antonio. For those of our millions of followers. We live in San Antonio, and there's a neighborhood called Brook City Base on the south side. And they opened up a new Mambo Seafood.
There's 3 of those now.
Mm-hmm. Have you ever had Mambo?
Not yet.
Well, I've never been into one of them, but we will go back again. Probably go to the one closer to us, but we went way down south side last night to help because they just opened up this one. We got the hookup, man. It was really, really nice. I sent some I got a video, I think. LG, you have this?
You're right there.
All right, here I am last night, about 3 margaritas in, getting ready to throw down some badass food. Go ahead, roll that tape.
I was told that I'm very loud, so I'm going to use my hush-hush voice so I don't embarrass my company. We have fried shrimps, fried fish, octopus, bacon-wrapped shrimp, and arroz especial con seafood. This is seafood fried rice. Mambo does Chinese, Asian fusion seafood. So they're known for their fried rices, but they throw a seafood flair into it. So I'm about to indulge. I've got 2 different margaritas. Love you hard. Full report coming on the show.
All right, I've had lots of fried rice in my time.
I love fried rice.
But they have, it's like a Chinese seafood-ish. Mexican. It's like Latino. It's Latino. It's Mexican seafood. You know, Mexicans do wonderful things with seafood.
No, there's some great stuff. I love bucanero. It's expensive, but I love it.
Throw in fried rice on their menu too, and they'll put like mussels and octopus, but they'll do the regular like sausage and shrimp too.
Yeah.
It was effing and pork. It was
You
great.
eat pork?
Love pork.
Okay.
Yeah, I eat pork all the time. Yeah.
I knew you were Muslim.
I'm not Muslim.
Oh.
No, I eat pork. I eat swine all the time. Bet your ass. That bacon-covered shrimp with that plate last night. So shout out to Mambo Seafood on the south side, Brook City base. It's good.
Since
to
we're
get out.
talking food,
Yeah, man.
Ruben Villegas, $10.
What's up, Ruben?
Driving up to Arlington tomorrow to gamble in Oklahoma before the Monday night massacre of the clickbait. Cafe Don Juan Friday lunch special is meatloaf.
Nice.
We'll be back open next Wednesday.
See, we do stuff in this town. We got seafood places that serve Mexican food with Chinese rice. We got Mexican places that make meatloaf and lasagna.
Yeah.
Why not?
I used to
love
love, my wife would bring us Papacitos bacon wrapped shrimp, but those shrimp were like huge.
I didn't get through half that plate last
Hell
night.
no.
I brought half
You
that
don't even
home.
eat like that.
Crazy. And that was not the appetizer plate that we got before. That was the main courses. When we first got there, they sat us down and gave us a little palm size of all their appetizers. Then we went outside and they brought a palm size of like these main courses. What I want to go back and try though is they have those plates like the Mexicanos do it. They give you the full fish on the plate,
With the bones and everything.
red. It was red snapper
Yeah.
with fried rice on the side. I can't wait to get back to eat me some red
Who's the
snapper.
most popular influencer there? Give me some names.
Me, it was probably me. Now they had allotted times though, so I don't know who all went.
Oh,
I don't know.
different. It was
who
bracketed.
went.
Yeah, so everybody.
It was bracketed.
Got you.
It was bracketed, so all my fans I could eat in peace without being bothered by the
Jesus
popos.
Christ. Moving on.
Moving on. All right, it is in the building. God, I'm ready for breakfast now. I'm ready to eat
I'm
something
hungry.
besides this stupid shake. What else? It is the official real estate agent who brings us this show. His name is Jay Ribaldo. Need to reach out to Jay. See what he's doing, get an update on how things are going with the listing. He's got a listing page. His Facebook page has all of his listings, as does his website. He is the official real estate agent of In the Building, the Ribaldo Realty Group. An honor to serve your family. Jay is a legit guy. Talking about this the other night. It's great to have support on our show,
Sure.
and we love it. And we want to do business with people who want to do business with us. And at the bottom line, you got to have a good product. Your business has to be good. We're not just going to put anybody on the show. They got to do good at what they do. We vet our clients just like they vet us. It's a two-way street. But it sure does help it. It's not necessary, but isn't it better when the guy you're working with is just a great freaking dude?
Absolutely.
That is
Well,
better.
when you trusting somebody with this information as personal as this is, and as sensitive as a thing that this is buying a home, you gotta want to do business with somebody that's gonna do business in good faith, regardless. It's gonna do what's best for you, not what's best for Jay.
Right. Yeah, for sure. Because ultimately,
Better guy than a realtor.
Yeah, when you're doing what's best for your client, what's best for you will happen just naturally.
Right.
Because if you're not doing what's best for your client, it's going to get out, and you're going to fail and have to do something different. Jay is he's an ass kicker, man, in all ways. This is our guy that we call, if we're in the house market, and you should too, just listed this home here. It's a 2-story house in Universal City, near really good schools, by the base, very suburban, family neighborhood, Universal City. Anybody in this area knows about Universal City. And this awesome home here, over 2,400 square feet, 3 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, just got listed for just $307,000. That same house in Austin's $607,000, but here it's only $307,000. So if you're interested in that particular home, or you're interested in seeing any of the listings that Jay has on his Facebook page, feel free to do so. Reach out to Jay at 210-887-1081. Or you can email him directly at jribaldo@kw.com. His website's ribaldo.com. Ribaldo.com. All right. Meet us at the card show, since we're promoting stuff.
We'll have a live show tomorrow. We'll talk about
do.
this. It'll be fun. 1, we get to talk about the card show. 2, we'll talk some horns. And 3, we'll get to talk Spurs Lakers.
Yeah, so
'Cause
it'll be a
get
good
it on
show
tonight.
tomorrow.
It's a good sports night.
Great sports.
So it'd be great to go live tomorrow and get to talk about all of it while we talk cards and sneakers and stuff.
It'll be a fun day. So come out
Great
tomorrow.
day.
Come to church with us. We're going to be
Take us
doing
to
this
church.
show at 24/7 Church. That's right, 24/7
Yeah.
Church. So keep your F-bombs. Check those at the door,
Yeah,
please.
man. At the parking lot. As soon as you hit the parking lot, you should have gospel
Now,
music on.
They think it's funny we're coming out there. Like we're some heathens. Or
Yeah, I'm not a heathen.
I know, but I guess whatever. they want to know that it's okay. We don't have to be so worried about it.
Oh, so they've heard us talking about this on the show.
Yeah, it's all. They understand this is a secular event, which is why we're doing our show in the gym.
Got you.
We're not being allowed in the main hall. We're not allowed in the hall.
In the pulpit.
We're going to be. This is all. The whole thing's in the gym. To be fair, it's the Alamo Card Show tomorrow and Sunday. Rudy and I will be out there on Saturday. They have two big showcase guests. Right. Mm-hmm. Tomorrow, the guest of honor are you and me.
We are from 2 to 4, right?
Yeah, we're going to do our podcast out there from 2 to 4. We will break down Spurs and Lakers and Tyson, Jake Paul, and talk clickbaits for Monday night. Sunday, though, same thing. They're doing it 10 to 5. I may go back out there if I have time. Mamu
Skilishvili. Yeah,
Skitishvili. An underutilized San Antonio Spur, by the way, will be out there on Sunday hanging out and signing and talking to people and stuff. So should be a good time. It's Alamo Card Show all weekend long at 24/7 Church. Me and Rudy will be out there doing our thing from 2 to 4, so come say hi and hang out with us. I would say come drink a beer with us, but probably not.
Well, we're not drinking no beer.
Well, yeah, we're in the gym of a church, so we probably don't want to do that. So anyway, come out tomorrow night. Appreciate you. Love you hard. All right, what else? We got to talk about D-bags like Jake Paul more. Because next week I got to roll out Bagtastic Voyage Challenge.
Oh.
Come along and ride on that Bagtastic. So LG, let me ask you a question. Because I always get in trouble. He gets frustrated with me because I try to get us to play audio and stuff that we're not allowed to.
Then we lose all our revenue from that.
What if we edit a song?
No.
Not allowed either, huh? Damn. We have to it has to be completely our own tune.
You got to just sing it yourself.
All right. Well, I got to come up with something. Maybe there's a band that'll send us something. Maybe Gene can send us something. Just 30-second bed.
For Bagtastic?
Yeah, because it's time. It's time to figure out who the D-bag of the year is. And I need the help from all in the building people. So I need you to put these in the chat. Email them to me if you want. My email is miketaylorshow@gmail.com, or you can DM us on our socials. Let us know who you think should be nominated for the D-bag of the year, because probably next week, and we're going to roll this out because we're running out of time in the year now. Who's the Bagtastic champion? We're going to get into this starting next week, but I would love to have some bed music that we can legally run. But we need candidates. All right, so who do you think, not the all-time D-bag of the universe per se,
and I think D-bag
who's been a douchebag this year?
I think we also got to differentiate between douchebag and bad guy. Like,
correct.
You could say allegedly Puff's a bad guy, but I don't know if he's a douche. Like, I don't want him in the douche.
I bet he's pretty shallow.
I don't know if I want him in the when I think of douche, I think of douche.
Correct.
Like
Jake Paul is a douchebag.
Yes. Like,
Spurs Jesus is a douchebag.
You would just hung out with that man.
I'm just being silly. It's top of mind. Luka Doncic is a douchebag.
Oh, gosh.
You know a douchebag when you see one.
Oh, gosh, yeah.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with their character per se. I mean, there's a lot of really nice guys out there that are just complete douches. You don't have to be a dick to be a douche. Normally they are, but there's some nice D-bags out there that mean well. They're just douchey.
Can't help it.
They can't help it. It's who they are.
It's in you. Yeah.
So we're not looking for the all-time D-bag.
Just 2024.
Yeah. Who's the D-bag of the year? Our past winners.
Who we got?
Last year was Ted Cruz.
Damn. Well, he got reelected, so he's doing something right.
So previous winners include Ted Cruz, Vladimir Putin,
damn,
Greg Abbott, Donald Trump Jr., Kanye West, Kawhi Leonard, LeVar Ball, Donald Trump, the Kardashian family.
The whole family.
The whole family got it one year. Former governor candidate Wendy Davis, Stephen A. Smith, Chris Brown, and Mark Cuban. Those are our past champions.
I'd nominate Elon.
Oh, yeah, a lot of Elon.
Elon's a douche. Like, Elon's a smart, filthy, rich, disgustingly rich, but he's a disgustingly rich douche.
Huge douche. He's so high on himself, he has like 7 women, 15 kids, and is building a massive compound outside of Austin in which he wants all of them to come move in.
Yeah.
Major asshole.
3 of them already said, yeah, we're good.
Oh, like no?
Yeah, no. But 3 of them have already said, cool, we'll do it. I don't know if that singer's going to do it, though. They've had a pretty bad fallout.
His trans kid just fled the country.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's too much. Yeah, that's insane. I bet that kid returns within a year.
Well,
Unless that kid's got Elon
that
money.
kid
to
has
back
the
him
money. Yeah, well, that kid has the
Yeah.
money to do it.
to live well.
Lord. Yeah, he ain't gonna be in
Yeah.
there.
Not anyone can just leave the country. Trust me.
Right. Jerry's had a pretty douchey year.
Jerry's douchey this year. Like I ain't
Nobody
closing-
can GM his team
just
like
burn
I
the whole
can.
stadium down. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, what a punk. What a little kid.
Yeah, that's douchey.
Nobody can GM this thing like I can. Okay. It's pretty douchey. Anyway, so y'all know what a douchebag is. Hit me up with some nominations. We got to get 30. We got to get 16. The 16 people that get the most nominations, that'll make up our
Put
bracket.
the bracket up.
And I do it by number of votes. The people decide on the bracket, not us. All right, what else today? We got to get to some punches. You hot on somebody to punch today?
Yeah, I got somebody to punch. LG, I need
All right.
that photo again, LG,
Let's hear
for
it.
my punch.
Who's getting
we
punched
talked about
today
this
by Rudy J?
because he always said, no one told me, so I told him pre-show. In 2024, if you're not from, like, look, my first experience with men in Speedos, my wife and I went to South Beach with another couple. And not only do they let their kids pretty much be naked on the beach, the women are topless and the men wear Speedos, but these are international people. So different cultures in different countries. In some countries, a Speedo is the choice of swimwear. Mike Tyson, last I checked, is from Brownsville, Brooklyn, Catskill, Brooklyn. And I know they're Versace, but it's 2024.
Those are
Mike.
Versace chones?
Those are Versace. Those are Versace.
How about the socks?
Bro, Mike, dog, nobody needs to see this shit, bro. Now, I'm going to punch you from afar, Mike, because I don't want no problems. But I'm punching Mike Tyson. Dog, no, you're from America. We don't do Speedos. We don't do chones. We don't do chones, bro. There is no need in any world for a man to be on stage with another man in a Speedo.
Especially in those socks. Take them socks off.
Why are the socks bothering you so much?
Look how white they are.
They're brand new.
It bothers me.
No, punch Mike Tyson. No way in the world you need to be walking around in a Speedo, bro. They're not lighter than some briefs. Even Mike Tyson's sparring shorts bother me. They look like the tights my wife works out in on leg day. Like they like ride up all the way. I'm like, yo, what is Mike doing? Nah, dog.
Right.
No. Now they're Versace. They probably cost $150. But nah, bro.
Is that a belt on them?
Yeah,
no,
what,
it's
he got
just the band.
Oh,
It's the
okay.
band.
It
That's
looks like a belt. It's weird. Is it folded down? Because
Nah,
the
it
pattern
might-
goes on top of the band. It's like when you have a fat beer belly and the band folds
the band
over.
flips over.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's banded like that because real big letters across the front, it says Versace.
Yeah.
I remember one time I did buy some because I was like, you know what? Let me try and spice things up. And so I went in our guest room and I put them on and I was looking in the mirror and I was like, you're a freaking tool. Throw this shit away. You're a tool. I thought about like 3 pair and I was like, yeah, you know, let me see. I'm going to pop up in the room with this joint on. Man, I look like a freaking tool. Never made, my wife never saw them. I burned them.
I'm going to punch Jake Paul. Why not?
Why are you punching Jake Paul? I thought you team Jake. I thought you were a Paulie tonight.
I'm not a Paulie. I just think he's going to, I'm worried that he's going to hurt Mike Tyson. I want to punch Jake Paul just for being a douche.
Okay.
Just for being a douche.
So I take it he's gonna make the list.
We'll see. Probably after tonight, we'll have a lot of people nominating him for sure. I wouldn't be surprised. What's up, Eric Bishop? $49.99. My D-bag nominee would be whoever at City Hall's trying to screw up Southwest Airlines in the airport.
I've
That's a
heard
good
about
one.
this. If
Good one.
the
Thank
Southwest
you,
still
Eric.
talking about packing their bags and leaving us, thank you, EB.
Yeah, I bet they don't. Surely not.
Why
Southwest,
wouldn't
we have too
give
many,
them their wing?
too much business.
Why wouldn't we give them their own wing? They run our airport.
I don't know. Is that the fight? They want their own hub?
Well, they're making a new corridor, and Southwest was like, "Hey, we want to be a part of the new corridor," and they're like, "Well, no, we already have this for someone."
What airline, airlines will house or base at a lot of airports? Do we have a base
No.
brand? Not American or Southwest?
No.
Okay. Bigger airports will have,
Yeah.
you can tell, oh, this is a Delta airport. This is an
Yeah.
American airport.
Speaking of, I saw Spirit's filing for bankruptcy.
Spirit is? That's funny. Well, I'm not shocked. I'm not
That's
shocked
good.
at
Frontier backed out on a deal to merge with them.
all. Oh, screwed him.
Yep.
All right, well, I'm punching Jake Paul just for
punch
being a
him.
douche. Ruben's calling bullshit, says that was fake. Says Jake leaned into that slap like he knew it was coming. Who knows? The way he acts, too, when it's over, makes me think maybe it is bullshit.
Maybe.
He must die. Y'all see that?
Yeah.
Dude, what are you?
Well, the thing is now
Slow
I
your
know
roll
there's
there,
been there's been pre-fight BS in millions of real fights. Don't mean that they're not going to get in the ring and really fight.
Yeah, no, they're,
You know what I
they're
mean?
really going to fight. I agree. But maybe that's part of the hypeage. Who the hell knows? All right, let's get into we'll get into some football. But first, don't forget, if you need a family lawyer, Orlando Kell is our guy. He should be yours too. The official family man when it comes to lawyering. Up in the building is Orlando Kell, 210-775-4995. God forbid you ever need a family lawyer, because normally he's handling things that are not great. But it can be okay. That's the thing. It doesn't have to be a tragedy. Because if you have the right representation and things get amicable, you can legit have what was remember when Chris Martin and Gwyneth Paltrow got divorced? It was some sort of uncoupling, they called it.
Oh, yeah, I remember.
We're not getting divorced. We're just uncoupling. We're amicably uncoupling. Yeah. But it can go smooth with Orlando's help. So call him at 210-775-4995 or shoot him an email. It's orlandokell.law@gmail.com. All right. We'll get into this more tomorrow at the card show, but I don't see any way in hell Cowboys beat Houston Monday night.
No?
At this point. No. This is a get-right game for the Texans. They've not played great for a few weeks. This is a get-right game. They're going to beat the shit out of the clickbaits.
Oh, yeah.
Dallas
Cooper
is
Rush
so
got to
terrible.
play. Yeah.
So terrible. We saw a big game in the division last night. The Eagles pull away from the Commanders. Vic Fangio, man, he's had opportunities to be a head coach. No, he's just a really good defensive coordinator, and ain't nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that.
His defense in Philadelphia, and this is a surprise. They did not think that the Eagles' defense was going to be nearly as good as it's been in the first half of the season anyway. They stopped Jaden Daniels most of that game last night.
The tape
stopped him.
Yeah, tape and tendencies have caught up to
Yeah,
Jaden
there's
Daniels.
tape now.
Because keep in mind, Kingsbury's only going to open up. Kingsbury playbook is probably 100 pages. He's probably given Jaden 25.
Yeah,
and now that we're week 10, the really good defensive coordinators can say, okay, if we take away X, Y, Z, Jaden Daniels is a normal dude.
Right.
So we may be now at the point where Kingsbury has to open up a few more pages. So Jaden Daniels, because right now, because you've seen the last 2 weeks have probably been his worst games, because you played the Steelers, who have good defense, and now you've played the Eagles, who also have a solid defense. So once the tape and tendencies catch up to a rookie and they take away your first and second,
yep,
you get what you got last night.
Right.
You're just like an average dude.
Especially if your defense is good. And
Yeah.
the Eagles, make sure I got this right, after last night, or going into the weekend anyway, forget last night, the Eagles are second in the league in yards allowed, fifth in points. That defense is good, very good. And so the Commanders, they have a get-right game next week, though. Their next game. They play Dallas. And the Eagles are getting ready to run away with the division, I think, because the Eagles play at the Rams next, and then they don't have a plane ride the rest of the season.
Really?
Even their road games, they're going to train because they've got New York, Pittsburgh. They've got they've got East Coast teams. They don't have this. They play the Rams next week. It's their last time to get on an airplane for the rest of the year.
That's pretty cool.
And they're 9-2 or 8-2. They're going
8-2.
They're going to run away in the division.
But I think my biggest takeaway from this season now is the Eagles now are 8-2.
Yeah.
There was somebody in a front office for New York that probably makes $5 to $10 million a year that said to the owner, we have to keep Daniel Jones and let Saquon Barkley go. Somebody in the New York Giants front office told the owner, we got to pay Daniel Jones and we got to let Saquon Barkley walk. Like, I don't know how these people get these jobs. Like some stuff, like obviously there's some stuff like salary cap and stuff that I can't do. But there's just some shit I'm just like, how did you get here? How did you get this job? There's somebody paying you millions of dollars to make dumbass decisions like that. And I'm not saying you give Saquon Barkley the farm, but you damn sure don't just pay Daniel Jones just because we have to. Everybody that has a quarterback that, well, we just have to. It's the market. Most of those teams suck. Saquon Barkley, he's on a revenge tour and he's making the league pay. The league is suffering because of the New York Giants stiffed Saquon Barkley. It's crazy what he's doing. Then he had a $126, a touchdown, had 52 yards receiving. Probably, if it's not Lamar Jackson, if Lamar Jackson don't win it, I'd have Saquon Barkley as MVP. Because you saw what Jalen Hurts looked like last year when he didn't have a running game. Mm-hmm. Now, oh wow, the Eagles are good again. Yeah, the year they went to the Super Bowl, best running game in all of NFL. Mm-hmm. Then last year they suck, lose to Tampa Bay in the playoffs, no running game in sight. This year they get Saquon Barkley and they're off to an 8-2 start. When you have an average quarterback, Jerry Jones, you might want to get a running game.
This is
2 TDs. I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right.
Front page of NewJersey.com today.
What's that?
As Eagles Saquon Barkley dominates again, Giants Joe Shane has more egg on his face. He's the GM of the Giants. And I looked it up. He makes $8 million a year.
8?
8. Yeah, he's ran the Giants into the damn ditch. And that's a shame.
Shout out to Saquon. Yeah, I would vote for Lamar Jackson, but my second place would definitely go to Saquon Barkley. He's changed that whole team's dynamic and everything they want to do.
Get some thoughts in on my guy Dan Quinn real quick, if you don't mind.
Let's do it.
Before we get out of here.
Let's do it.
If you get a chance today, maybe you saw it on ESPN.com in their NFL section, in a long piece they released yesterday on Dan. Now, I know the Commanders lost last night, but it's a really good piece on Dan. I'm not going to read it to you, but I've been thinking about, I meant the word culture's come up a lot on this show.
You talked about that a lot.
A lot, because of
it matters, though.
These idiots up here.
Yeah.
So, look, Dan Quinn's going to figure this out. I knew he would. I'm not shocked at all that he's having success with Washington. For them to be 7-3 right now, or 7-4, whatever they are, for that organization
under
in
new
one
ownership,
season with a rookie quarterback. Mm-hmm. This is a good piece. It goes into, Dan was devastated after he got fired by the Falcons. He knew he was going to get fired, and he didn't blame nobody. It wasn't somebody else's fault. It was on him. He talks about how the season ends, and he never gets a call from the owner of the Falcons, Home Depot guy.
Blank.
Arthur. Hey, Dan, can you come by the house in the morning? He knew what it was. That's never happened. So, but, good for Art. He did it. He had Dan come to the house. Dan knew what was up. So Dan drives to the house, and that's what it was, letting him go. Dan gets in the car and calls his wife, and they just both start crying in the car. But rather than blame folks or, it's bad luck, Tom Brady, blah, 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 because obviously Dan was the coach of the Falcons when they blew the Super Bowl. So he and his wife have a beach house in the hellscape in Hawaii, out near where I used to live. And so what he did was he got fired in 2020. It was October. And so we're in the middle of a pandemic. So he and his wife, they fly out to Hawaii and just lock down in Hawaii. And he did a lot of reflection, inward reflection, something that doesn't go on with other teams where they inwardly reflect. There are political parties in this country that need to inwardly reflect upon themselves. So he decides he needed to change everything about himself. Not his foundations, but how he handles business. Because he realized, I got fired in Atlanta because I fucked up. And it wasn't the Super Bowl. It's the 2 seasons after that. in which he did a
This went to
terrible
shit
job.
after
He
Kyle
let it go to
Shanahan
shit.
left. Yeah.
So he comes back to the States. So he starts going on this tour talking to people and meeting new people. So some of the people that he's talked to, this is Dan Quinn, who should be the head coach of the Cowboys, by the way. He went to Cleveland Indians spring training that next season and hung out with Terry Francona because Terry was the manager.
He's a winner.
He's a winner, but he was also the manager of the Indians when they blew a 3-1 lead in the World Series and lost to the Cubs. He won it because he was struggling. He was struggling with that Super Bowl loss, and so he hung out with Terry for like a week. This dude wanted to know so badly what his weaknesses are, he conducted an anonymous survey of people that have worked for and with him over the years. He hired this firm, and he gave him this big list of names. People that he didn't think would like him, that might talk shit about him. And they reached out to all these people, like 50-something people, players, ex-coaches, managers, people that have worked with him, not just in Atlanta, but in other stuff. Even in Seattle, where he was a king, because he had the Legion of Boom. And they was like, we want to know what you think about Dan Quinn, and it's anonymous. You don't have to give your name. Dan wanted to know what people thought about him that had worked for him. And he said he learned a lot of that. You know, he had one. We talked about this a few weeks ago. He had one of the best staffs in the NFL's in recent history. He had 5 future head coaches.
It was crazy. Yeah.
He had 5 future head coaches on his staff. But he loses Kyle Shanahan, as you mentioned, and that was
huge.
Huge. And rather than replace from within, he brought in Steve Sarkisian. There's nothing wrong with Sark. Sark's obviously doing fine, but Sark was not the right guy for that job at the time.
Didn't know what they were. There's probably a receivers coach or running back coach that you could have promoted that already knew the culture.
Correct, that knew the culture. He had one of the best staffs in the league, but he did not get max out of them, and he didn't replace them properly. So there's 3 people that he has leaned on in the last couple of years, too, for advice on how to manage. One is Shaka Smart, the former Longhorn basketball coach, who's now the head coach at Marquette, because Shaka's such a great leader of men. Will Hardy, the longtime San Antonio Spurs assistant GM, who's the head coach of the Jazz.
Random.
And another guy that Dan Quinn hangs with for advice on running companies and organizing people, R.C. Buford. Had no idea till I read this last night on ESPN.com.
So RC and Will Hardy are kind of Dan Quinn
go-to guys. Listen, ears. Well, see, Dan wanted to talk to people that don't have anything to do with the NFL too, just on leadership, running people, running men, running organizations.
Gotta go read that.
This blew my mind last night. So RC told him, what we do is we make sure that all of our young players get extra time. You know, because a lot of
as
NFL
far as
teams,
like sending them to Austin.
Yeah, make sure your young guys get extra training. And I know in the NFL they have very stringent rules.
Tough.
You can't practice all the time.
There's no farm league team. Yeah.
Even if you give veterans the day off, make sure your young players and rookies get max time with you. Focus on your young guys because your veterans already know your culture. You know, and your veterans aren't going to take advantage of the days off unless the culture's shit. You know, you can tell Manu Ginobili you're off tomorrow, and it's not going to affect the organization because Manu's a pro. Manu, take the day off. We want to focus on these young kids. And so RC told Dan, try that. And also RC said, you know, our league has changed. You know, we don't really have positions anymore.
No.
And that struck a chord with Dan.
In the sense of how? Because there's positions in football, so how?
Correct. Well, Dan decided, you know, why can't I just draft football players and teach them positions or let them play multiple positions? And Dan got convinced after hanging out with R.C. Buford that a linebacker's not always just a linebacker. A corner,
safety,
correct.
D end, yeah.
And the first big, huge experiment that Dan Quinn worked with to see how it would work was Micah Parsons. Part of the reason the Cowboys drafted Micah and then had him play all over the place, part of the reason is because Dan got some advice from R.C. Buford and implemented those things with Micah. And how's Micah been since Dan Quinn left? Lost and now hurt, pissed, crying on his podcast,
Jesus.
Underachieving. Micah losing Dan Quinn has been horrific for him. If I'm Micah Parsons,
You go be a commander?
don't you just say
I
to
thought
hell
he
with
wa-
it and
I-
go to free agency and go to the Commanders?
I feel like he wants to be an Eagle.
Because he's from that state.
Yeah, and I mean, there's more to it than that, but yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
and look, Dan Quinn.
But why not?
Yeah, I'm
why
not
not
saying
go be a commander?
No one's saying Quinn's the next Belichick or
No.
nothing. But credit Dan Quinn because rather than bitch about Jerry Jones or
Whatever.
Mike McCarthy or I wouldn't have lost that Super Bowl, but Tom Brady's an evil guy. Dan self-reflected.
And fixed himself.
Yeah.
You start taking the steps to fix yourself.
Yeah, he held himself accountable.
Right.
And
Well, that's what us older guys do.
Well, and it's too bad, and hopefully you shouldn't have to wait till you're 55.
I know.
To do that. It was great. So I guess
Great
the point,
piece. I gotta
the point
check it
I'm
out.
making, it's great. I'll send it to you. The point I'm making is that culture is everything in the NFL, especially in pro football. In the NBA, you got Giannis Antetokounmpo. You may not have great culture, but you're still going to win 50 games because you get Giannis. You got LeBron James. You're going to win 50 games no matter what. Now, that bad culture is going to show itself in the first round when you get your ass kicked by the Denver Nuggets every year. But in the NFL, culture is so important because there's so many guys that impact your team. Outside of quarterback, everybody else is interchangeable. You have to have great culture. And that's what Dan Quinn brings, man. Culture is everything.
And he's doing this with a rookie quarterback.
Look at the Kansas City Chiefs. I can't go 2
I think
days.
it starts with the walrus, though, with them.
Sure, I can't go 2 days right now without reading what's wrong with the Chiefs offense.
The worst 9-0 team ever.
Worst
yeah.
9-0 team ever.
I was like, what?
They're 9-0, and they're struggling. How do you do that?
Let's just hope they stay struggling. Sheesh.
No shit. Everyone thinks the Chiefs are lucky. They've had some good calls go their way.
For sure.
No
They
question.
have.
For sure.
God loves the Chiefs.
Yeah, but you know why God loves the Chiefs? Because they take care of their culture. When your business model and your foundation is rock solid, funny how all of a sudden you get a little luck. You know, it's funny how all of a sudden things the ball bounces your way. Now, it starts with Patrick Mahomes.
Right.
Having the best fucking quarterback on the planet, that's great. But it's still the NFL.
Well,
he can't just lead them to 15 wins every year.
A wise man told me the harder you work, the luckier you get. So, yeah,
Correct.
You know what I mean? So
Right.
you can say luck all you want, but you got there's work that comes with
Isn't
that
it
luck.
funny how the teams with shit culture, the ball never seems to bounce their
bounces their
way,
way.
but the ones that have their shit together, the ball seems to go their way. Yeah. Maybe it has something to do with having a solid foundation with leaders. And look at the Pittsburgh Steelers. I mean, what's their record? 7-2, 8-2 now.
Something like that.
They're not that great.
No, they're 7-2,
not.
Yeah,
They're not that great. They've got lucky.
They take the right steps during the week to where this thing is just
right.
normal.
It doesn't
comes game
guarantee
time,
you
right?
win the Super Bowl.
Their practices aren't being broken up by their owner
Right.
landing on the
Yes.
field in the helicopter.
We may not win the championship, but it's not going to be because it's going to be because it's football and it's hard and you can't win the championship every year.
It's not self-inflicted.
Right. But we're not going to derail ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
We're not going to let our best two players miss. We're not going to let our best fucking skill player miss all of training camp. Then wind up giving him money that we gave him what he wanted to begin with.
Just because you want to make a splash.
Right. We're not going to land a helicopter in the middle of the Wednesday practice when they're implementing the game plan to play grab ass to show everybody who runs shit around here.
Right.
You know, we're not going to be stubborn and well, let's just tear the stadium down then. It's unbelievable. And again, there's no guarantee.
Not going to threaten to fire a radio
I'm not
host.
saying, no, exactly. You don't go on radio show. You don't even have a radio show.
Right.
Andy Reid don't have a radio show. He's a coach. You mentioned him. You think Mr. Hunt has a radio show? No. God almighty, no. It's all about him. It ain't about winning. And he don't give a shit about their culture. He's Don King to bring this all the way back to the beginning of our show.
Get your money.
They got Don. You can't have Don King run a football team.
Agreed.
It's just
Good stuff on Dan Quinn, though.
Oh, it's great. I'll send you the whole thing. It's a good piece. Dan Quinn has his stuff together. And he may not win the title, but at least I know it won't be because my coach doesn't have his stuff together. Golly, man. Anyway, that's
good stuff.
That's all I got. All right,
That's
so
it?
we're going to do a thing tonight?
Is it 10? Yeah, let's do it.
Oh, well, I went over. My bad.
No,
man.
I didn't know what time it was.
My bad. All right, y'all. So tonight we're going to do a little post fight.
Damn right we are.
All right, damn right we are,
So
because we got good culture.
And then tomorrow.
Yeah, and then tomorrow. So tonight we're going to do some fight talk this evening. We'll put links on our socials. We'll let you know. And then tomorrow, come out to the Alamo Card Show at 24/7 Church.
The basketball gym.
Yeah, in the gym. I think it's in the back. You'll find it. It's a big church, but it's out in the back of the gym. All right, love y'all hard. Thank you, Thunderdome. Have a great weekend. Y'all pop in there tonight. Just talk about that fight. Love y'all hard. See you tomorrow.
Peace.
See you tonight.
This program was made possible by contributions from viewers and listeners like you. Thank you.
You're still here? It's over. Go home. Go.